Okay, I uploaded a video a while ago this morning, and it was called mini paper ballistic knife. And basically what that was me opening my ballistic knife and shooting it. And I'm gonna show you actually like in depth how it works, because in that video I didn't talk at all. And yeah. So this is the box you saw me trying to open, but I never ended up being able to open it with one hand. So yeah, when you open it up, there's a case back in there. Basically, the top just says M-4406 ballistic knife. Do not fire or point at humans, obviously. Spring loaded, has a trigger, a grip, a sharp blade, and can penetrate cardboard, like 2 layers of cardboard. And hopefully you can see that. Well, yeah, that's all it says in the front. And then I just made this box for the blade so that it doesn't stab anything else. And you just open up the box, and there's the blade. And the blade's not that sharp. It actually, well, it's sharp enough to penetrate cardboard, but it can't penetrate human skin. But still, it hurts them. And then there's a spring in the body. And obviously, you drop the spring inside the body. But the only problem is you can't put it in when the trigger is pushed down, or when the trigger's not pulled. So you have to pull the trigger and then drop it in, and then it works. And then I showed you this, but you probably couldn't see very well. The instruction manual. And basically, here, hopefully you can see this better in the light. How to reload. You hold the blade so that the hole faces the trigger. So, like that. And then you push the trigger down and insert the blade until it clicks, which you could hear it in my video that I made, but like that, and then it's locked. Then it shows the features on it, well, obviously the ones that are on here, the trigger, the spring-loaded, can penetrate cardboard, and has a metal braid. And then I have, which this is going to be really hard to see, other products from me. And then there's like the pull pin, the reprimed grenade, the fountain that I made, the spark, I guess, fountain, and then I made a fuse. And then down here it has, well, obviously my YouTube name, youtube.com/ChocoSourceRex. Subscribe. Yeah, that sounded really cheesy, but I don't have any subscribers yet, and I've only been on here for like a week or two, and that's probably why, because it takes time to get a subscriber. And this is like my first. It'd be better if I sat down the camera. This is like my first couple weeks on YouTube, so yeah, I'll show you me loading it. This is gonna be unedited because I don't really want people to think that I can't load it, or there's some flaw that it won't work. So you put the spring in like that, then you take the blade. There's a hole on each side, so it doesn't matter which side you insert it with. You push it in after you pull down the trigger, you put the blade in, and you push it until, like that, it clicks in, and then basically it's loaded. Gotta put this in. Yeah, so basically, the ballistic knife can penetrate cardboard if you aim it from about a foot away, because it won't stick in the cardboard unless it's aimed very carefully. See, like that. That wasn't very powerful, but it still stabbed it. And then you put the blade in right here, or the spring in there, and take the marker, or this is made out of marker, but it's way better than that. And you take the knife with my right hand. See, that time it stuck in. And it only stuck in about that much, so that can easily penetrate through those pieces of cardboard. You can see that. It's kind of hard to see because it's dark down here. But yeah, basically that's all it is. And I already said this in the description of my other video, but the triggers. What? Making a video. Okay. You take the trigger is a Lego piece that used to be like a car bumper or something, and I drilled a hole so that this little piece could go in there. And here, let me take the trigger off. This is the trigger, and then there's a little grip right there that I put on, and that piece is what holds the knife in place when you put the spring, and when you put it in with the spring, and then it's rubber band loaded, but the spring loaded I meant by the knife put in by spring, not a rubber band. So yeah, and the box is just one of those regular tubs that you can buy like for like $1 anywhere, and the blade is a marker cap, which I drilled out 2 holes right there for the trigger mechanism to go into, and then I put cardboard fittings right there to make sure that it doesn't wiggle around like it did last time, and it's working pretty well. So yeah, that was my homemade paper ballistic. Well, by the way, this is paper, except for the Lego and the rubber band. The body is paper, and then yeah, it's pretty powerful too, and it can go about maybe 6 feet because the spring is tiny, and it is about maybe, I'm not sure what the measurements are by 1:1 scale down to like negatives. I'm not sure, but I'm not even sure if there is negatives, but mine is about half the size of the real one because the handle's like that big and the blade's like this big. And obviously it isn't made out of paper, so don't go on and try to make one out of paper. The toy size takes too long, and it probably wouldn't work. But yeah, and by the way, this is illegal, so you probably don't want to make it anyway. So I'm not going to be making a tutorial, well, obviously because I just said it's illegal, and I'll hopefully have some more projects up sometime. So yeah, that was my homemade paper ballistic knife, and yeah, rate, comment, subscribe at Tacosaurus Rex, or youtube.com/TacosaurusRex.